I always knew I was going to be a mechanical engineer. And in grade 10, I'm signed up to do drafting, and I'm in the course, and the guy sitting next to me looks over one day and he's like, "Why are you doing drafting?" He's like, "Oh, I'm going to be an engineer." He's like, "When are you taking machining?" I'm like, "Why would I do that? That's for guys who can't do math." Well, this guy, Chuck, came from the machining side, got really upset because I basically told him he was an idiot. I went to the machine shop teacher. I don't know why he got so upset. He goes, and he just said, "That's the biggest myth in the industry." He's like, "Let me ask you a question. You're going to be an engineer, right?" He said, "Well, if you don't know how to make it, how can you design it?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? That's your problem, not mine." He goes, "No, think about it. You've got to design things that guys like me and Chuck have to make. And if you don't know how to make those things, how can you design it? How can you be a good engineer?" I go to the machining class and I see the thing that I was drawing that I honestly had no idea was actually a real thing. And that's when it clicked, that I had inadvertently been on this path of ignorance. You know, after about the first year, the teacher was like, "Hey, have you heard of Skills Ontario?" Haven't heard it. Part of this program, and kids like you can compete in this competition in different things. So in machining, I think you'll do well. And I actually won the regionals for precision machining, went on to the provincials, and I placed in the provincials and went to the nationals. But it fundamentally changed my perspective on the importance of skilled trades through that experience with Skills Ontario to my role as an engineer. So the regionals was a bigger deal because it's all the high schools in the region. Then I go to the provincials, and it was like, it's almost like mind-blowing, the scope and scale of it. What it did do, though, is it really kind of set an impression of how big the industry is. It gave me that ability to connect with the real world earlier on in my experience that kind of just set a tone for things moving forward. So I think one of the great things about Skills Ontario and industry is that typically as an employer, you want to find the best talent. The competition is great because you actually get to see kids competing. As industry builds a relationship with Skills Ontario, it's almost like prospecting the farm league of the up-and-coming talent in the province. You're seeing these kids come up, and then you start to talk to the instructors and the professors and build a relationship. The experience in Skills Ontario is profound for any young person looking to get into the trades. My experience with Skills Ontario did for me is it instills a profound respect and appreciation for the skilled trades workers and almost flips that relationship. Because of the Skills Ontario experience, I actually I got a job in high school as both a designer and a machinist, which not a lot of kids in high school have that experience. One of the ways that really helped me is that I did not have the highest marks when I graduated, but I had a really well-rounded balance of academic with practical experience. I started off as a manufacturing engineer, working my way in a company like this, and so just by following that path and having that broad mix of experiences, totally set my course for the rest of my career. So Promation is a custom designer, builder, manufacturer of automated solutions. We work with our customers, which could be in automotive, in nuclear, or so on, to solve their needs to deliver a custom product or tool or solution. So the company overall has around 125 people, and that includes everything from office staff to engineers to shop floor and so on. Without the skilled trades competencies, the company would not exist. So it's a good portion. It's what our business is about, really.
This is my skill. This is what I enjoy to do. We have a product we assembled. They call it SLR. We test the insulation resistance of the cable, identify insulation materials. My background is on telecommunication, electronics. Those things that I'm doing right now, this is the jobs that I dream of. And I like doing this job very much.
So from an education point of view, there's a couple of pathways. I think, go to college and, there's amazing programs, and then basically do an apprenticeship. The reality is, our whole nation was built on the backs of skilled trades. So if you're, anything to do with the skilled trades and there's a demand for that, that means that people will pay you more money to get you to work for them. It's amazing that you can actually get experience in a professional skilled trades workplace while in high school that is transformative to getting a career after you graduate as well. It's not just about getting the good marks and just getting academics. The real world is about application of the knowledge as well.